Friends, we will be start with the topic energy. In a previous class, we are discussed about assessment of energy requirement for Indian. Within that, we seen about basic steps to calculate the energy requirement and proposed equation of BMR calculation. And now we will be start with the energy requirement for Indian according to ICMR. ICMR has given a chart for the every individual of Indians. They have given the age wise energy requirement for every work and per day. That will be discussed now. Okay, according to their chart, we will be having group particular body weight in kg and energy in kilocalorie. Okay, we will be start with the group wise. For the male or man, for Indian reference man body weight is 60 kg. Okay, if he is working with the sedentary work, energy requirement is 2320, and if he is working with the moderate work, energy requirement is 2730, and once he is a heavy worker, he has to consume 3490 kilocalorie of energy per day. Okay, this is the energy requirement for men with a 60 kg body weight per day. Okay, next one for female or women's. For women's, referral body weight for Indian woman is 55 kg, and if she is working with a sedentary work, she has to consume 1900 kilocalorie of energy per day, and if she is working with a moderate work, she has to consume 2230, and if she is a heavy worker, she has to consume 2850 kilocalorie per day. And along with this, she is going to be under several physiological conditions like pregnancy and lactations. It is a normal process for her. During the pregnancy, there is an increased requirement of energy because of fetal growth and some reproductive organ growth and development. Okay, that's why during the period of pregnancy, plus 350 kilocalorie we are going to providing to female. For a woman, additional 350 kilocalorie of energy we should be supply along with this scores. Okay, and in case of lactation, additional energy we are going to providing because to produce milk she require more energy. First, during the period of lactation, first 6 months, 0 to 6 months, we are giving plus 600 kilocalorie, means additional 600 kilocalorie we have to supplement her along with the sedentary, moderate and heavy work score. Okay, and in remaining 6 months, means 6 months to 12 months, during the period of next 6 months to 12 months, we have to give additional 520 kilocalorie of energy. This is how total energy requirement for woman referral body weight is 55 kg. Okay, next for the infant, for the newborn and infant, first 0 to 6 month of baby usually having a weight of on an average 5.4 kg, and energy requirement is 92 kilocalorie per kg body weight per day. Okay, this is based on body weight per kg. Okay, for next 6 months to 12 months, means remaining half of the year, usually body weight of the infant is 8.4 kg is there. For that baby, we have to supplement 80 kilocalorie of energy per kg body weight per day. This is how we are going to providing the energy for infant. Next one, children's, regardless of his sex. male children or female children in the age group of 1 to 9 years. Usually the babies or children will be weight gain is around 12 to 25 kg, and energy requirement during that period is 1060 to 1690 kilocalorie. It is the energy requirement. And after that we are going to dividing with the boys and girls. During the teenage time there is a changes in a physiological development for boys and girls. Okay, both physical characteristic and mental characteristic, those are going to be changes. For boys in the age group of 10 to 16 years, weight gain is more as compared to girl, that is 35 to 55 weight gain is there. And on and average energy requirement is also more for the boys because of body surface area is more, height is more for the boys. Yes, here for the boys we can be supplement 2190 to 3020 kilocalorie of energy for boys for every day. Okay, this is during the period of teenage. And next one for girls 10 to 16 years of age, she can be get weight of on and average 35 to 52 kg of body weight, and that's why she should be supplemented with the 2010 kilocalorie to 2440 kilocalorie of energy per day. Okay, this is our energy requirement for Indian. Yes, this is set up by the ICMR based on the BMR factor. Okay, this is about energy requirement for Indian. Okay, next after this, now we will start with a small topic, that is body mass index. Yes, body mass index. Usually by looking at a person, we will be confirm whether the person is being the obese, whether the person is being with the malnourished. By looking only we will be decide because of his appearance. Yes, and this body mass index, it is a simple index of weight for height. It will be give a comparison of or proportional relationship between height and weight. height ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು weight ಗೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಮಾಸ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್. ಹೈಟ್ಗೆ ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವೇಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅಂದರೆ it is indicating balanced diet. Sometime if the BMI is variating other than normal range, we will be consider him as a undernourishment, overnourishment or malnourishment. Okay, otherwise underweight, overweight. And next, coming to the definition, body mass index, BMI we will be defined as a, it is an weight in kg divided by height in meter square. Weight in kg divided by height in meter square. Okay, this is about definition of BMI. And based on this BMI score, we can be classifying the adult in which nutritional status they are lying. We are going to be classifying. Here we will be having one more chart, that is classification BMI score, and based on the BMI score we will be categorizing the risk factor of comorbidity also. BMI ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂಥ ಕೋಮಾರ್ಬಿಡಿಟಿನೂ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಅಂಡರ್ ವೆಯ್ಟ್. If the BMI score is less than 18.5, that time we will be considering nutritional status as a underweight, and his body weight is low. That's why his immunity power is also less and defense mechanism are also less, and he is more prone to get a communicable disease. Okay, more prone to get communicable disease, and he cannot be perform daily activity or balanced activity, even though a healthy productive lifestyle he cannot be lead. That is about underweight. Next one, normal range. If the BMI score is 18.5 to 25 is there, means we will be considering him as a normal person, average person. There is no problem, he will be succeed the life with a productive in nature. Okay, and next one is overweight. If the BMI score is more than or equal to 25, that time we will be considering him as a overweight person. Yes, within this overweight, again we are going to classifying or giving a grade. Pre-obese, if the score is 25 to 30, that time we will be call it as a pre-obese. And comorbidity condition is increased. Additional diseases will be occurring if the body adipose tissues are going to become more, otherwise fat deposition is more, means additional comorbid diseases are going to become easily occupied. Yes, what are those means? Usually hypertension, diabetes mellitus, cancer, and mobility problems, breathing problems. So many non-communicable diseases will be gradually increases. And one more thing, obese class 1. Obese grade 1 or class 1, the BMI score is 30 to 35. Here moderate degree of comorbidity situations are there. And next one, obese class 2nd, range is 35 to 40. There is a severe comorbidity risk. ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೈಪರ್ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ, ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ನಾನ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಬಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್. ಎಸ್, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, obese class 3, BMI score is more than 40, means there is a very severe comorbid situation will be happen. There is a quick occupy of diabetes mellitus, there is a quick occupy of hypertension, and there is a quick occupy of coronary heart diseases, otherwise ischemic heart disease. Sometimes stroke can be happen. Okay, this is how classification of BMI under adult. Based on the BMI, we are going to be classifying the adults: underweight, normal range, overweight, within that overweight, pre-obese, obese class 1, obese class 2, obese class 3. Okay, next one, a risk of comorbidity. As already we are discussed about the comorbidity, along with the obesity additional diseases will be coming, that will be call it as a comorbidity. Yes, here there is a increased chance of non-communicable diseases like blood pressure, increased blood pressure, otherwise hypertension. There is a chance of occupying type 2 diabetes mellitus. Next one, there is a chance of respiratory problem, there is a chance of mobility problems, and there is a chance of coronary heart diseases, and there is a chance of stroke occurrence. Yes, and sometimes there is a chance of cancer occurrence. Yes, several types of cancer will be happens. Okay, this is about risk of comorbidity. And next one, application of this BMI, where which sectors, in which field we are going to be utilizing this BMI, means first one is in the field of public health, in the field of clinical practice, in the field of legislation. BMI ಅನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ಗೆ, ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ BMI score only we are going to be considering whether the person is healthy or not. And WHO is also taking BMI as a reference factor to indicate the person's weight, undernourished or overweight or normal weight. And for the calculation of recommended dietary allowance also we are going to using this BMI. This is about public. And sometime we will be generally educating the persons about your body weight and BMI is normal or abnormal. Next one, clinical practice ಹೋದಾಗ, in a clinical setup, by looking the patient and while admitting the patient we are going to be taking a height and weight measurement, then we will be calculate the BMI. BMI score is less than 18, the patient is considering it as a malnourished. Yes, and that malnourished patient should require a high caloric diet and high protein rich diet, and along with that medication alteration based on the body adjustment that should be happen. Okay. And next one, obese person is there means there is a educate the patient to consume less oily food and less protein diet and excessive exercise he should be do. Yes, body movement he should be do, and almost all drug dosage is also calculating based on the body weight. Yes, this is about clinical practice. Last one, legislation aspect. As a part of legislation, BMI is more given preference to the beauty contestants. ಈಗ ವಿಶ್ವ ಸುಂದರಿ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಜೀರೋ ಫಿಗರ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಟು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಜೀರೋ ಫಿಗರ್ they are avoiding the food consumption and their BMI is less than 18.5, otherwise less than 18. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ದೇಶಗಳು ಬಂದವು, ಇಟಲಿ, ಫ್ರೆಂಚ್, they are going to be avoiding or banning the participant if their BMI is less than 18. For beauty consultants less than 18 ಇದ್ದಂಥವರು ಸ್ಪರ್ಧಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಬಂದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್. ಎಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವನ್ ದು ಯುನೈಟೆಡ್ ನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅವಾಯ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್ ದ beauty contestants if their body weight is less than 18. This is our legislation aspect. It means for maintaining the beauty they cannot be make the BMI less than 18. Even though some conditions will be coming, that is anorexia nervosa and anorexia bulimia nervosa. During that condition also we are going to be educating about importance of BMI. Okay, this is how we are discussed today class on energy requirement for Indian according to ICMR. They have given the chart, and after that we are discussed about body mass index, what is the definition of body mass index, and the classification of adult based on the body mass index, and the risk of comorbidity. As the BMI increases, what is the severity of comorbidity, and last one, application of this BMI in the public health, clinical practice and legislation. By this we will be finished today class. In our upcoming class we will be start with the next topic. Thank you.